I can recall one story. My brother was going to pay for my tuition, and at that time I was in college. And he paid for the first year, and the second year his business was in some difficulty. So he approached me and said, well, next year you have to kind of find your own money, otherwise I don't think I can pay your tuition. Well, I was a bit depressed. I didn't know where to find it. So I approached one of the church members and said, I just shared my, need. And he says, why don't you pray? And God always leads. At that time I was a new Christian, just came to church, not even baptized. So I said, I should pray. I should really see for myself if God exists or not. So I prayed to God. I asked Him, okay, God, this is my problem. If there's any need, any way that you can help me, please let me know. So I prayed, and it didn't happen suddenly, but after I think a month, one lady called me from our church, and she said, well, I have an assistant teacher. She works in a school, and my assistant teacher just quit today, and we are looking for someone. Do you know anybody who could, help me out in assisting? Well, I said, I don't know, but can I be one of the candidates? And she said, yeah, I will talk to my principal. And the next day she called me, and then she said, could you come for an interview? So I went there, and then the principal liked me and said, okay, you can have him. So that's when I got my first job, and I could work in the morning and take classes in the afternoon. So during the, because I was just starting, and then I was an assistant teacher, I was receiving about $16 at that time. So that's in 1994. So I said, well, this money can't even, pay for my transportation, my lunch. But I was still satisfied that God had provided with something. So with the $16 I received, I gave $2 as a tithe and said, I should be faithful, and I will see if God would bless me. So I paid $2 out of 16, and after 6 months, my principal approached me and said, well, would you want to take a different responsibility? We want you to be a supervisor for the school and take care of the children. Taking them from their home and then taking them back, and we want to give you a different responsibility, not just being an assistant. I said, I'll think about it. But then she said, well, maybe I should tell you that we will pay you $97 instead of 16. That was a big raise for me. And without much thinking, I said, I'll take it. So I started working, and I was very happy. I knew that God had blessed me because, I tried to be faithful toward His promises. So then I also tried to give much more than what I was supposed to give as a tithe. And God had blessed me so much, and I was able to finish my college without any problem. And I even had several $100 more on top to help financing some of the church activities. And I also gave my mother quite much money. And I think God blesses us in tremendous ways. If we are faithful and if we test Him, He surely shows us that He is able to provide with anything that we need. So up until this time, He has blessed me in many ways.